Groovy English Podcast.
Hey there! Welcome back to Groovy English. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Aiden. We share real stories, useful tips, and everyday English to help you grow with confidence.
Wherever you are in your English learning journey, we're glad you're here.
If you're enjoying the podcast, feel free to like, subscribe, or share it with a friend.
Let's get started.
Travel is more than moving from one place to another. It is a journey of perspective. Each destination offers opportunities to see the world through a different lens, to step outside familiar patterns, and to engage with environments, cultures, and experiences that challenge preconceived ideas. Even brief journeys can shift understanding, revealing the complexity, diversity, and richness of life beyond what we encounter in daily routines. When we travel, we encounter people whose lives are shaped by circumstances, traditions, and histories very different from our own. Observing, listening, and engaging with them opens windows into alternative ways of thinking and living. These interactions cultivate empathy, curiosity, and awareness, allowing us to appreciate the universality of human experiences while recognizing the nuances that make each culture unique. Places we visit often carry histories and stories that enrich perception. Architecture, monuments, and public spaces reflect values, struggles, and triumphs of communities. Walking through streets lined with centuries-old buildings or visiting local markets reveals narratives that textbooks may overlook. Travel allows these stories to be experienced firsthand, giving context and depth to knowledge that otherwise remains abstract. Travel invites reflection on personal habits and assumptions. Being in an unfamiliar environment highlights the ways routines, expectations, and cultural norms shape our behavior. Simple things like mealtime customs, public etiquette, or transportation systems become points of observation that provoke questions about the differences and similarities between societies. This reflection fosters self-awareness and adaptability. The sensory experiences of travel are powerful catalysts for perception change. Tasting new foods, hearing different languages, and noticing unique smells or colors immerse us in environments beyond our familiar senses. These sensory encounters deepen engagement with the world, creating lasting memories and broadening understanding in ways that purely intellectual observation cannot achieve. Language plays a vital role in shaping experience. Even basic attempts to communicate in a local language transform interactions, revealing both the challenges and the joys of connection. Learning key phrases or gestures demonstrates respect, opens doors to dialogue, and often uncovers unexpected layers of hospitality, humor, and shared humanity. Travel encourages linguistic curiosity and cultural sensitivity simultaneously. Encountering discomfort or challenges during travel, such as navigating unfamiliar transportation systems or adapting to different climates, cultivates resilience and flexibility. These moments teach problem-solving in real time and encourage openness to uncertainty. Travel demonstrates that adaptability is not only practical, but also an essential skill for expanding perspective and embracing new experiences. Traveling also highlights interconnectedness. Observing the influence of geography, economy, and social structures on communities reveals the intricate web that links people, places, and resources. Awareness of these connections fosters a more nuanced understanding of global issues, encouraging reflection on how actions in one part of the world can have ripple effects elsewhere. Natural environments encountered during travel often evoke awe and reflection. Mountains, forests, rivers, and oceans inspire contemplation of scale, beauty, and fragility. Witnessing landscapes untouched by daily routines reminds travelers of the larger forces at work in the world and cultivates a sense of humility, gratitude, and stewardship for the planet. Immersing oneself in different cultural practices challenges assumptions and expands horizons. Festivals, ceremonies, and traditions provide insights into values, beliefs, and social dynamics. Observing or participating in these events fosters respect for diversity, reveals common human desires for connection and celebration, and emphasizes the richness of lived experiences across the globe. Travel encourages curiosity in everyday observation. The layout of streets, patterns of movement, and rhythms of daily life in a new place provide endless opportunities for noticing details and asking questions. Each observation contributes to a broader understanding of how environment, culture, and behavior intersect to shape community life. Historical sites and museums act as bridges between past and present. Visiting these spaces allows travelers to witness the consequences of human decisions, innovations, and mistakes. Understanding the historical context of a region fosters empathy for the struggles and achievements of previous generations and provides perspective on contemporary life and choices. Solo travel, in particular, fosters introspection and independence. Navigating unfamiliar spaces without relying on familiar support networks cultivates confidence, self-reliance, and clarity of thought. This experience often prompts reflection on personal values, priorities, and assumptions, reshaping the way travelers perceive themselves and their place in the world. Travel can transform the perception of home. Returning after time in a different environment offers a fresh perspective on familiar routines, social dynamics, and surroundings. Distance highlights what is unique or valuable in daily life and may inspire change, appreciation, or a reevaluation of previously unnoticed aspects of home. Exposure to different economic realities during travel fosters empathy and global awareness. Witnessing inequality, resourcefulness, or community solidarity encourages reflection on social responsibility and personal privilege. These observations challenge narrow perspectives and promote a more balanced, informed understanding of the world. Travel provides opportunities for serendipity. Unexpected encounters, unplanned detours, or spontaneous experiences often leave the most lasting impressions. These moments emphasize the value of openness, flexibility, and attentiveness, demonstrating that the world holds more than what can be anticipated or planned. The stories we collect during travel are lessons in perspective. Every conversation, observation, or experience contributes to a tapestry of understanding. Sharing these stories with others extends learning beyond the individual, inspiring reflection and curiosity in those who listen. Travel transforms personal experience into collective insight. Food culture is a tangible gateway to understanding society. Each dish reflects geography, climate, history, and social norms. Exploring local cuisine encourages awareness of regional diversity and fosters appreciation for both the creativity and resilience embedded in daily sustenance. Sharing meals with locals often deepens cultural connection. Traveling with others amplifies the learning experience. Shared experiences spark dialogue, reflection, and negotiation of perspectives. Collaborative exploration allows individuals to compare insights, debate interpretations, and grow through communal curiosity. Social travel, therefore, enhances both connection and perspective. Physical challenges encountered during travel, such as hiking, swimming, or navigating rugged terrain, teach endurance and resilience. These experiences reveal personal limits, foster growth, and encourage appreciation for both human capability and natural beauty. Confronting and overcoming such challenges often reshapes self-perception and confidence. Local transportation systems offer lessons in adaptation and observation. Understanding schedules, cultural expectations, and navigation strategies requires attentiveness and flexibility. These practical experiences encourage problem-solving and create small adventures within daily travel routines. Interaction with art and performance in different cultures enriches perspective. Theater, music, and visual arts reveal values, emotions, and historical context unique to each community. Engagement with artistic expression fosters empathy and appreciation for creative diversity, highlighting the ways humans communicate universally while celebrating difference. Markets, shops, and communal spaces provide insights into economic practices, social interaction, and cultural identity. Observing negotiation, product presentation, and daily routines uncovers subtle rules and expectations within communities. These observations deepen understanding of both human behavior and cultural values. Religious and spiritual sites encourage reflection on belief systems and values. Visiting temples, churches, mosques, or other sacred spaces offers insight into moral frameworks, rituals, and communal practices. These encounters encourage respect and understanding while prompting travelers to consider their own beliefs and assumptions. Nature reserves, parks, and ecological landmarks reveal the importance of conservation and sustainable practices. Experiencing biodiversity firsthand fosters appreciation for environmental stewardship and highlights human dependence on ecosystems. Travel encourages reflection on the balance between development and preservation. Language immersion changes perception profoundly. Even partial understanding of local languages creates access to culture, humor, and nuance that would otherwise remain hidden. Struggling with comprehension often fosters humility, patience, and creativity, emphasizing the importance of effort in building cross-cultural understanding. Time spent observing routines in different communities illuminates societal rhythms. From morning rituals to work patterns and leisure activities, daily life reflects cultural values and priorities. Attention to these routines fosters understanding of the structures that shape experience and encourages reflection on our own practices. Travel often challenges assumptions and stereotypes. Experiencing people, places, and customs firsthand reveals complexity beyond simplified narratives. Direct engagement replaces preconceived notions with nuanced understanding, fostering empathy and reducing judgment. Travel encourages the cultivation of mindfulness. Being present in new environments, attentive to sensory experiences, and engaged with surroundings allows for deeper appreciation and reflection. Mindful travel heightens awareness, deepens experience, and creates lasting impressions that shape perspective long after the journey ends. Travel encourages curiosity in ways that daily routines rarely do. Moving through new environments, noticing differences in architecture, street life, and social interactions naturally prompts questions. Each observation becomes an opportunity to explore context, history, and meaning, expanding understanding beyond surface appearances. Experiencing public transportation in unfamiliar cities is a small but powerful lesson in adaptation. Navigating buses, trains, or even pedestrian patterns requires attention, patience, and flexibility. These micro-experiences cultivate problem-solving skills and demonstrate the importance of observation and responsiveness in daily life. Food markets are vibrant classrooms of culture. Observing vendors, sampling produce, and asking questions about preparation or origin reveals traditions, seasonal rhythms, and community values. These interactions create opportunities for connection and understanding, turning simple consumption into meaningful exploration. Walking through historical neighborhoods provides insight into the layers of human experience embedded in space. Streets, buildings, and public spaces carry the imprints of generations, economic shifts, and social movements. Attentive observation transforms these surroundings into living textbooks that tell stories of resilience, adaptation, and cultural identity. Traveling alone intensifies self-reflection. Without familiar social anchors, individuals confront uncertainty and rely on their judgment, observation, and intuition. This solitude fosters independence, self-awareness, and confidence, allowing travelers to engage more deeply with both their surroundings and themselves. Language barriers create unexpected opportunities for creativity. Gestures, drawings, and trial-and-error communication often reveal human ingenuity and humor. These moments teach patience and flexibility while highlighting the universal desire for connection that transcends words. Cultural festivals are immersive lessons in shared identity. Participating or observing these events exposes travelers to rituals, values, and expressions of communal pride. The energy, symbolism, and stories embedded in festivals reveal cultural priorities and the joy of collective experience. Historical sites offer context for understanding modern society. Visiting ruins, museums, or monuments provides insight into decisions, conflicts, and innovations that shaped communities. Travel allows these lessons to resonate emotionally and intellectually, deepening comprehension beyond academic study. Interactions with local children reveal unfiltered curiosity and creativity. Their engagement with surroundings, questions, and games demonstrates different perspectives on learning and exploration. Observing and participating in these interactions encourages adults to reconnect with spontaneity and wonder. Natural landscapes provide both challenge and reflection. Hiking trails, climbing mountains, or navigating forests introduces physical exertion while fostering awareness of scale, interdependence, and beauty. Engaging with nature encourages mindfulness, respect, and an appreciation for environmental complexity. Traveling in groups illuminates dynamics of cooperation, negotiation, and shared decision-making. Planning routes, solving logistical problems, and adapting to preferences fosters empathy, compromise, and collective problem-solving skills, deepening understanding of social interaction in diverse contexts. Rural communities offer a contrast to urban environments, highlighting different rhythms of life. Agricultural practices, resource management, and local customs illustrate human adaptation to environment. Observing these practices encourages reflection on sustainability, labor, and the ways environment shapes culture. Immersing oneself in local art forms enriches perception. Dance, music, and visual arts carry histories, values, and expressions unique to their communities. Engaging with these forms fosters appreciation for diversity and demonstrates the universality of creativity across cultures. Travel fosters resilience through uncertainty. Missed connections, language confusion, or unexpected weather compel adaptation. Learning to navigate these challenges strengthens flexibility, patience, and problem-solving, while revealing personal and cultural strengths. Exploring religious spaces provides insight into belief systems, community organization, and moral frameworks. Observing rituals, symbols, and practices highlights both diversity and commonality in human experience. These encounters often provoke reflection on personal values and assumptions. Travel encourages observation of small details. Patterns in daily life, such as greetings, street layouts, or market interactions, reveal deeper cultural logic. Awareness of these nuances fosters attentiveness, curiosity, and respect for differences. Historical walking tours provide layered understanding of space and memory. Guides often weave personal stories, legends, and factual accounts, demonstrating how communities remember and interpret their past. Such experiences highlight the interplay of history, narrative, and identity. Engaging in local sports or games introduces cultural priorities and social interaction. Observing teamwork, competition, and play demonstrates communal values, strategy, and humor, offering insight into local ways of thinking and interacting. Travel often challenges assumptions about comfort and routine. Adjusting to new sleeping arrangements, food, climate, or schedules cultivates adaptability and a broader sense of what is normal or acceptable, fostering flexibility of mind and lifestyle. Photography encourages mindful observation. Framing a scene requires attention to light, context, and emotion. Capturing moments visually fosters deeper awareness of surroundings, encouraging engagement with both aesthetic and narrative dimensions of experience. Time in nature teaches patience and observation. Watching animals, tides, or changing seasons requires focus and attentiveness. These experiences cultivate mindfulness, humility, and appreciation for the rhythms of life beyond human control. Travel provides perspective on global interconnection. Observing supply chains, tourism impacts, and cultural exchange illustrates how individual choices influence broader systems. Awareness of these connections fosters informed citizenship and ethical consideration. Engaging in cooking classes or food preparation reveals cultural knowledge embedded in daily life. Techniques, flavors, and rituals communicate history, geography, and community values, making culinary experience an educational and sensory exploration. Markets and bazaars provide insight into local economics. Observing negotiation, trade patterns, and customer interaction highlights resource management, entrepreneurship, and cultural priorities. These encounters deepen understanding of the practical and social aspects of community life. Visiting educational institutions abroad demonstrates diversity in teaching methods, student engagement, and cultural priorities. Observing classroom dynamics provides insight into the values and structures that shape learning and intellectual development. Exploring local crafts reveals creativity, tradition, and adaptation. Artisan skills, techniques, and innovation illustrate both continuity and change within cultures, highlighting human ingenuity and resilience. Travel encourages reflection on privilege and perspective. Experiencing life outside familiar socioeconomic contexts fosters awareness of inequality, opportunity, and personal assumptions, encouraging humility and empathy. Walking through neighborhoods provides sensory and cognitive engagement. Street sounds, signage, architecture, and social interactions offer information about culture, history, and community priorities, deepening understanding of human environments. Travel exposes individuals to unexpected ideas and philosophies. Engaging with literature, public discourse, or local debates challenges preconceptions and expands cognitive flexibility, fostering a mindset of openness and inquiry. Museums, galleries, and performance spaces serve as repositories of collective memory. They reveal priorities, values, and identities of societies, offering travelers the chance to reflect on cultural diversity and historical complexity. Engaging in volunteer work while traveling fosters empathy, collaboration, and practical understanding of local challenges. Participation allows insight into social, environmental, and economic dynamics, highlighting both resilience and opportunity in communities. Observation of transportation patterns illuminates cultural priorities. The design of streets, the flow of traffic, and methods of commuting reflect organization, values, and technological adaptation, providing insight into daily life and social norms. Interaction with local businesses fosters understanding of entrepreneurship, community engagement, and consumer behavior. Observing or participating in commerce teaches practical skills and encourages reflection on economic and social frameworks. Cultural immersion often reveals contrasts in value systems. Priorities such as family, work, leisure, or community may differ, prompting reflection on personal assumptions and encouraging tolerance and understanding. Travel challenges the notion of normal. Experiencing different standards, practices, or customs prompts questioning of taken-for-granted ideas and stimulates intellectual curiosity, ultimately expanding mental and cultural flexibility. Traveling in rural and urban contexts highlights environmental adaptation. Communities modify infrastructure, housing, and routines to suit climate, geography, and resources, providing insight into human ingenuity and resilience. Cultural rituals, from daily prayers to seasonal festivals, reveal collective memory and identity. Observing participation, symbolism, and etiquette illuminates values, priorities, and social cohesion, enhancing understanding of human diversity. Natural disasters, environmental management, or urban planning observed during travel teach lessons about human resilience, resource allocation, and social organization. Awareness of these challenges fosters reflection on sustainability and ethical responsibility. Exploring public spaces, from parks to libraries, highlights communal priorities. Accessibility, design, and use reveal societal emphasis on leisure, learning, and interaction, providing insight into collective values and resource distribution. Travel fosters adaptability in time perception. Different cultures structure schedules, work, and leisure uniquely, encouraging flexibility in planning and expectation. Awareness of temporal rhythms expands understanding of cultural diversity. Travel often leads to reflection on memory and storytelling. Engaging with local narratives, oral histories, and folklore provides insight into cultural identity, moral values, and historical context, illustrating the power of stories to shape perception. Participation in local arts, music, or theater engages both mind and body. Observing or joining performances enhances appreciation for expression, creativity, and communal cohesion, revealing universal human drives expressed in culturally specific ways. Travel exposes us to contrasts that challenge comfort zones and mental shortcuts. Encountering unfamiliar social norms, transportation systems, or living conditions encourages adaptability and reflection. These contrasts deepen understanding of how context shapes behavior, expectations, and values, fostering empathy and cognitive flexibility. Engaging with local artisans and craftspeople illuminates the intersection of creativity and tradition. Observing how skills are passed down, adapted, and celebrated provides insight into cultural priorities and human ingenuity. Participation, even in small ways, turns passive observation into immersive learning. Visiting sacred spaces cultivates awareness of communal belief systems and spiritual practices. Observing rituals, listening to chants, or witnessing ceremonies teaches respect, patience, and attentiveness. These encounters deepen appreciation for the diversity of human values and the ways societies express meaning and purpose. Time spent exploring public transportation hubs, markets, and squares enhances observational skills. The flow of people, signage, and interactions reveals societal priorities, rhythms, and unspoken rules. Such environments act as microcosms of cultural logic, offering lessons in adaptation and awareness. Walking through neighborhoods in different cities highlights how architecture, layout, and public spaces reflect historical and social context. Differences in density, design, and communal spaces reveal societal priorities and environmental adaptation, offering travelers insight into lived experience and urban planning. Travel provides an opportunity to notice subtleties in communication. Tone, gesture, facial expression, and body language often carry meaning beyond words. Attentive observation of these signals sharpens social perception and encourages deeper engagement with diverse communities. Engaging in local culinary practices teaches more than recipes. Preparation techniques, ingredient selection, and communal eating habits reflect history, environment, and cultural values. Participation or observation fosters both practical skill and appreciation for the interconnectedness of daily life and cultural identity. Time spent in natural environments encourages mindfulness and reflection. Forests, mountains, rivers, and coastlines invite attention to scale, beauty, and ecological interdependence. Experiencing landscapes firsthand cultivates gratitude, patience, and awareness of humanity's relationship with nature. Interacting with children in different cultures demonstrates curiosity, creativity, and learning processes unbounded by formal education. Their perspectives, play patterns, and approaches to problem-solving inspire reflection on alternative ways of thinking and engaging with the world. Travel encourages reflection on personal privilege and perspective. Witnessing disparities in wealth, access, or opportunity fosters humility and empathy. Such awareness prompts critical thinking about social structures and one's role in a globalized world. Exploring cultural festivals provides insight into shared values, community cohesion, and expressive traditions. The energy, symbolism, and collective participation reveal priorities, history, and identity, offering lessons in observation, engagement, and cultural literacy. Navigating unfamiliar terrain enhances problem-solving and risk assessment skills. Route planning, adapting to delays, and adjusting expectations in real time develop resilience and flexibility, highlighting the practical value of observation, patience, and adaptability in diverse contexts. Observation of local markets, shops, and communal spaces teaches practical knowledge of resource use, trade, and human behavior. Paying attention to negotiation, social interaction, and spatial organization provides insight into both economic systems and cultural norms. Travel fosters critical reflection on assumptions and stereotypes. Direct engagement with people and communities challenges preconceived notions, revealing complexity and nuance. Experience replaces simplification with understanding, encouraging openness and intellectual humility. Participation in or observation of local arts, music, dance, theater, or visual expression enhances cultural literacy. Engaging with creative practices illuminates societal values, historical context, and emotional expression, fostering empathy and appreciation for diversity. Spending extended time in a place allows for noticing subtle patterns in behavior, routine, and interaction. Observing daily life over days or weeks provides richer insight into societal norms, adaptation strategies, and the interplay between environment and culture. Travel encourages self-reflection through comparison. Experiencing different approaches to time management, social interaction, and problem-solving prompts evaluation of personal habits, assumptions, and values. Reflection in this context promotes personal growth and cognitive flexibility. Engaging with transportation systems, both simple and complex, highlights problem-solving, patience, and awareness of social norms. Observing and navigating these systems teaches adaptability, planning, and attentiveness, all of which are transferable to other areas of life. Interaction with local communities fosters empathy and relational skills. Conversations, shared experiences, and collaborative problem-solving deepen understanding of values, priorities, and perspectives. These encounters demonstrate how curiosity, respect, and active listening strengthen connection. Experiencing environmental and climatic diversity encourages adaptation and observation. Weather, landscape, and resource availability shape daily routines, customs, and priorities. Noticing these influences develops awareness of the interplay between humans and their surroundings, expanding perspective and resilience.
Your English is shining brighter by the minute. Hit that next video to keep leveling up your skills. Or dive into our other episodes for more secrets to talk like a pro. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to join the Groovy English crew.